Hello, can you hear me now? I'm just going to make sure I'm not being echoed. Okay, I'm just going to go and restore the chat. Okay, I'm just wondering, can you hear me now? Okay. Okay, we can hear you. Yes and no echo. Okay, great. So, very good. Okay, sorry about that. My bad. There's a little few many buttons on this end and it can get confusing, and sometimes I should do a sound check, but it's kind of hard when you go live with this. So I'm glad you all can hear me. That's perfect. So welcome to a Tuesday So Brilliant Healing call. There's a lot going out there, a lot going on out there. The energies are, you notice how when you think about something, you're manifesting quicker than ever. You look on the news and you're not seeing things that look so nice, and they can really dampen your heart or make your heart sink. Well, this call, and the reason I love it so much, is because a lot of us feel so helpless. Like, what can we do? In everyday life, holding the light in your heart as we go through these uncertain times in humanity, as the earth is doing its cleansing of the dark energy, the most powerful energy on this earth is love. And sometimes it's hard for people to believe that, because they'll actually say, Brenda, I disagree. The most powerful energy on earth is the opposite. It's not. We are led to believe that the power of love, the power of high vibration on this planet, is actually what's bringing us forward into the healing that we are going through. It's a personal healing. It is an ascension process, is an actual personal healing. As you heal from separation back to unity, your consciousness is going to increase, your light is going to increase, you're actually helping the planet. So how can one person make a difference? We all make a difference. We add light together on this planet. Every day there's new hearts opening. Every day there's someone who awakens. And I am blessed to do what I do. I am blessed because I see new hearts, new souls waking up all the time. It's faster than ever before. So the neat thing is, I used to get new clients once in a while. I'm getting new clients coming out of the woodwork. People you would never expect are asking that question. Why are we here? What's going on? What is this feeling in my heart? I've never felt this before. I feel like there's something bothering me or something in my field that, shouldn't be there. And they don't exactly explain it in the same type of wording. Everyone comes out with it in their own verbalization, but I understand what they're saying. There's this love in my heart that's never been there before. So it's so beautiful to have this opening of people wanting to know more. Maybe their friends and families aren't in it. Sometimes what wakes up people? Usually a sickness, usually a traumatic event, usually the loss of somebody. Unfortunately, those are the things that wake us up. Some people are born awakened souls. Bless them. They're so on it, they're so awakened. Then there's a lot of us that go back to sleep, that separation, live life, and then something happens to wake us up. We all have our stories. We all have our traumas. We all have our experiences. We live on planet Earth. We live in contrast. And it's not the easiest place to live. I get it, But when you wake up in the morning and you're happy to be alive, because not everyone wakes up in the morning. So look at the small things. I woke up today. I'm alive. What can I do that's beautiful for this planet? First thing I do in the morning is I wake up and I say, thank you for another breath. And that was taught to me from my partner. He says, you already won the lottery. You woke up and you had a breath today. You know how many people did not wake up this morning? I never really thought about that. So I wake up and I'm thankful for the breath that I have. I thank the universe or God, whatever you want to call it, because it's all the same beautiful energy. for my family, my friends, my business, the sunrise, butterflies, flowers, anything that you can look on that makes you smile. Focus on the good. And yes, there are things that are happening in this life. I get that. There are things happening in our families. There are things happening on the news, and it hurts our heart. So when you get there, you don't want to lower your vibration to that sadness because that takes away your power. So it's kind of tricky to learn, but over time you can learn this. When you see something that doesn't feel good, you take a deep breath, you realign with yourself, you fill yourself with love, and you're saying, I'm sending love, peace, calmness, clarity to those people in need, to those dark places on earth that make me feel sad in my heart. They, whoever they are, you may not know them personally, many of us don't know them personally, but we're sending that blanket love energy out there, and it's touching thousands, if not millions of people we don't know. And today, the reason I love these type of calls is we're coming together in a group. And when you have this group energy, when you have this coming together, well, we are going to create this beautiful wave of love, intelligent energy that is going to fill our hearts, our bodies, and help personal healing. They're going to, that this beautiful energy is going to be made available to our family and friends, to the people that are living in our homes, to our pets that are living in our homes. We'll clear the energy in our homes to make them lighter. And then we send out this beautiful wave of light to Mother Earth and beyond. And although we're only coming together for an hour, this energy continues. There's so many groups, so many individuals out there sending out love at this time that our light just combines with their light. The light on this planet is stronger than ever before. You are more powerful than you know. You are an important puzzle in this thing we call life. So as you heal, you're healing planet Earth. As planet Earth heals, humanity is healing. So just keep chipping away. Now, I'm starting something new, and I get so many inspirations. Sometimes I wonder, are they really inspirations or are they distractions? Because I get ideas. They're endless ideas. And when I'm in that flow, I can write them all down, and I have to kind of go through what should I do with them? How should I do with them? I talk with other people, what feels right. So I'm going to start something new. And the reason I like this one a lot is because there are so many people opening up and having questions. And the questions I get are never bad questions, never silly questions, never weird questions. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I've been doing this a long time. But what I thought is, because there's so many people new to this, they're watching some shows on Netflix, they're talking about energy work, they're, I think even some other shows are bringing it up. They're hearing about it. They have questions. They don't understand it. They don't know if they want to understand it. They're kind of scared of it. They're skeptical about it. They've heard their friends benefit from it. So when we're talking to our loved ones about energy work, they're like, I don't know about this. And I get that. It's new. Do you remember back in the day? I'm not sure if I'm going to age myself here, but when chiropractors were weird, where acupuncture was weird. Back in the day, I'm sure when someone brought a calculator, people were like, what the heck is that? That's weird. Now we're using computers. So we're just moving into newer times. This energy work has been around for like thousands of years. It's only starting to come into the mainstream. Actually, some people think talking about energy work's pretty cool. It used to be weird. Now weird is okay. So I'm noticing a big shift from the age of people coming to talk to me, from teenagers, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, and even 80-year-olds. 80-year-olds sitting in front of me for the very first time doing energy work, saying, I have been mad all my life, and I don't know why, and I'm sick of being mad. I would like to lighten up a little bit before I leave this planet. The cutest thing. 80 years old, they're having an awakening. And they'll sit through an energy session and say, I feel different after this. I can't explain it. I can't pinpoint it. A lot of people having their first energy session will always say, I feel different, but I don't know why. I don't know how to verbalize it. And if you're new to energy work, you won't be able to verbalize it because it's something that's happening in your field. What we're doing in essence, we're not making you better. Everybody is a perfect, magnificent being of light. We're born magnificent. Why we don't feel so magnificent is the interference. So once you're born, you're in your mom's tummy, you're growing, your karma comes back. That's your past life stuff, karmic loops. You have Akashic records. You have now your mother's trauma, ancestral wounds, constellation issue, all these things. Then you're on your life journey and you're picked on at school, maybe you fell in the bathtub and you're scared of water. There's so many different experiences we go through. We see something scary on the TV, we hear people fighting, we see things, we get yelled at, we get picked on, we get hit. All those things affect us. And it starts to dim that magnificence of ours. But that heart of yours is always connected to divinity. You are a piece of God. You are magnificent. So with energy work, what we're doing, and it's led by your higher self, and that's why it's so safe and you're always going to get better because your higher self is going to allow your healing to what you can handle. So that's why sometimes when I sit with people, I can have phenomenal healings. There's like to be a 180. I love those ones because it's like, wow, that person was so blessed to have this 180 shift. Now, someone like me, and I know I say this many times, I've had a very long healing journey. It'll be like, okay, I'm done. When is it going to be over? And there's a lot of you on the call that feel that way because a lot of the light workers, the old souls, these are the people that have the heaviest karma. I said it in the last call. I will say it again because the frustration with people who have had very traumatic lives, continue to have traumatic lives, have chaos, can't seem to get ahead. Right when they're getting up there, something pulls them down. They get thrown off course. Yet their family members, their friends are moving with ease and flow. Why? Why is that? How is that fair, right? I know. I'm on that one saying, hey, how is that fair? How are these guys so much better than me? I spent my life sending love to everyone, and my life's been so chaotic. It's just is what it is. I'm not going to get into the details of it, and there's really no reason to really dig down deep unless you want to read many, many books and things like that. There's so much information out there, right? But really just cutting down to the chase, we have something called seed karma or starseed karma. We have more karma from this planet. We have heavier things to let go. The light workers of this planet are the ones with the heaviest karma. So just go through it. You can get through it. You're never going to have too much that you can't handle. I know sometimes we want to give up and say, I'm done. But just get back up there and find that love within you and know you're magnificent and know you can get up and try again and try again and try again. I always say I'm like a forest fire, like a forest. Forests, they get stomped on, they get chopped down, they get burnt down. And what do? They keep growing and they keep growing. They just get back and they keep growing. So find that light within you. Ask for help. It is so important to ask for help. So you can ask from any beings of light. You can say the universe. You can say God. It's all this beautiful energy. Sometimes I ask for Archangel Michael's help. When I have a false negative thought, something negative coming towards me in my mind, saying, I'm not good enough. Why do you do this? You should quit. You're horrible. All those things. Then I would ask Archangel Michael, please come in and dissolve this negative false thought because that's all it is. It's an illusion. Fear, worry, anxiety, those things that tell you that you're not good enough, all false. You are a magnificent being of light. And if I could say that over and over and over and get that through to our thick skulls, including my own, took a very long time to actually absorb it, I would hear it over and over and over. And it just didn't sink in because I had so much resistance, so much of that icky stuff. And as I started to have healing sessions and work on myself, it's like that duality. We have the light and the dark within us. Nothing to be embarrassed about. We're human. That's what it is. So we're releasing that dense energy, dark energy, and we're anchoring in more light. And as you continue to do this layer by layer, you have to kind of do it safely. And that's why your higher self is guiding you. And that's why some people come in for a session and have this phenomenal change because they're being guided by their soul that says, yes, today we're going to allow this much. And some other people come in and they allow only this much. Now, do you have to fully believe in energy work when you do it? Not necessarily. You just come in with an open mind and a willingness to say, hey, I want this to work. I've had some really great healings the last little while from people that said, I don't know, I've tried so many things, it doesn't work. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to let it happen. If it doesn't happen, fine. If it does, great, but I'm here. And they have these remarkable outcomes. And then there's some people that have such a big shift. They're like, whoa, what happened? What was it? And then they have 1,000 questions of, why do I feel so good? I haven't felt this good for such a long time. Sometimes when we're in that resistance and we just get rid of it, it's just your authentic self shining through. You can feel yourself, you can hear yourself, you can hear that connection with your higher self, your intuition. It becomes a lot clearer. And what happens over time, especially at the beginning of COVID, we all remember 2020. Wow, it seems like it was only yesterday. 2020 was, we were hit with this really dark, dense energy on Earth. A lot of people, when I talk to them, I say, when did you start feeling so out of sorts? They think about it. You know what? It's about 2020. Before then, I wasn't so bad. And then what happened is we're getting bombarded with information. There's fear, there's worry, there's uncertainty. It starts to creep in our field. We don't notice it. But then we get heavier and heavier. And these beautiful beings that we are, we want to have this beautiful bright auric field. It's getting dim with some interference. And it happens so gradual that people don't even notice they're getting heavier, more distant, more depressed, more tired, more this, more that. Until it lifts away. And they're like, oh my gosh, I remember this feeling, this light feeling, this energized feeling, this inspired feeling. So then they want to know more. So I'm starting this thing called Coffee Time with Brenda. I think it's going to be called Coffee Time with Brenda and Friends. And where does the friends come in? Well, first I'll have a facilitator asking questions. But what we're going to do is I'm going to send out an email on this. But if you're interested, anybody who has a question, if you want to be on it, it probably will not be a live session, pre-recorded 3 to 5 minute little sessions. They're going to have a different thumbnail so you'll know what that is. It'll be Coffee Time with Brenda. I am going to talk about or answer questions, talk about topics that keep coming up, add some clarity to those hard to find answers sometimes, and we're going to do it in a very fun way. So if somebody has a question and they want to be taped with me talking in a conversation, challenging me, having some fun, let me know if you want to be a part of it, and we can get you on an episode. Like I said, they're going to be posted, they're going to be fun, but they are there to answer the questions I keep hearing over and over. And I love answering it because I love answering questions. I mean, so don't ever think that I'm, not enjoying it. But what I realize is if one person has this question, many people have the same questions. They're just too embarrassed to ask. How many of you remember, right? You could be in any class. You could be in math class, English class, whatever it is. Or energy class that you're in, whatever it is, right? Knitting. I remember being in knitting. And everyone's knitting away. I know, I'm kind of a nerd. But I did knitting very young. I was very interested in knitting when I was like 16. I asked my mom to set me up in a knitting course. I'm sitting there with all these older ladies, probably my age now, and learning to knit. And I had questions. They're all knitting I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I remember being embarrassed at 16 years old to ask a question about knitting, yet I'm in a knitting class, right? Or you're in math class. You're in math class. If you don't get something, why would we be embarrassed to ask a question if we don't get something? That's why we're there, to learn. But sometimes there's a part of us that says, well, I don't want to be the one that asks, because if they're not asking, they probably know the answer. Why don't I know the answer, right? So that's why I'm going to make this fun. Who knows? Maybe they'll go to live and we can be interactive. But if you do have a question, send them to me, to my email, brenda@sobrilliant.ca, or put it in a comment, or somehow connect with me. And if you don't want to be a part of it, we can at least use your question and go to the nitty gritty and see what comes out and of the answers, and go from there. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, something different, and that would be great. There's another thing I want to say, and there's so much I wanted to say. Deep breathing. Whenever, like right now, I am feeling everybody. This is how this works. And actually, someone was asking me, how do I work in groups? It actually is more difficult sometimes to work with groups because I'm feeling everybody. And I don't know where it's coming, who has it. I can feel. uh, That's so cute. All right, there's someone that says, I can come up with lots of stupid questions. I get that. Trust me, they're not stupid. But yeah, send them my way. And you know what? I'll make a list of them, and eventually we'll get to each and every one of them. So a lot of people ask me, how do I deal with these groups? How do I even know what to talk about? I don't prepare for these calls. And the reason I don't is about 2 to 3 hours before the call, I start getting waves of anxiety or worries that are coming to me. I can't even really think. So I generally will do light work, like clean the kitchen, walk the dog, make sure just light work, because I can't really focus on anything before these calls. And then when I sit down, all of a sudden I just get this energy that hits me pretty hard. And what I try my best to do is, as I start talking, I just talk. It just comes through, and hopefully it's making sense. I sometimes don't even remember what I say. So I will go and replay and say, I said that? That's pretty interesting. And and sometimes what happens is, as I'm in the flow, and then I read a chat. I love your chat, so don't worry. But sometimes when I start using my left brain to read a chat, that flow from my eyes just kind of slows down, and that's where I kind of get like kind of confused, like where am I? What am I doing here? So it's a little challenging on this end to do this live, to do this with a group. But in the end, the reason I love doing it so much is because we get to that healing energy, which is already starting to flow. I can feel it. But that healing energy does such a tremendous cleansing and adding peace and love. I can't even express the amount of love and appreciation I have for these beings of light that love us so much. For the people on the call, for the people in this world that are holding the light. And some of them are holding the light in very dark places in the world. And I always feel blessed. I wake up in the morning on this farm thinking, how did I get here? How did this city girl wake up and live on a farm and just see land? I don't know how I got here. And I guess it was just following my heart one step at a time. And what they have explained to me is that back in the day, when we were not that connected, our essence has increased, our consciousness has increased. We hold our essence within us now. So the way we're led by spirit, God, our higher selves, is breadcrumbs. One answer at a time, one bit of information at a time. It's frustrating, right? Because we want to know what's happening, and we're getting one bit, one bit, one bit. That's because we are more mature now. Spirit, God, these beautiful beings of light are treating us like we are now moved into an adult status, a higher consciousness on earth. Now, let's go back 100 years ago, before 1987, let's say, when there was very dark energy. And for those of you who might remember before 1987, I remember it very, very clearly. A lot of the history I remember was very dark. A lot of bad stuff were happening in the world. And I remember the energy of the planet felt a lot heavier. Now, back then, or even further back then, we weren't as enlightened. So we weren't given the information that we're given now. It's almost like we were children. Even say 200 years ago or 1,000 years ago, it wasn't, we didn't have the intuition we have now. A lot of people are saying, I'm following my heart. I know what I need to do. I know my next step. I'm inspired. You're hearing that a lot nowadays than you did back in the day. Even how people are talking about themselves. Oh, I love your energy fields. You feel so good. Or I was in this house and it felt creepy. Well, I'll tell you, back in the day when I was a kid, I could walk into a creepy house. I didn't even notice it was creepy. That was just everywhere. The energy was very dense everywhere. Nowadays, when you walk into a place that feels light, and then you walk into something that doesn't feel light, you can feel the difference in energy big time, right? And that's because our senses, our connections bigger and stronger than ever before. We're moving up this beautiful ladder back to unity. So you keep working on yourself. You let that dense energy go. And the dense energy that leaves when you meditate, when you do this type of energy work, when you're using affirmations, by the way, say them out loud in this new energy, very important. Whenever you're doing something, appreciating something, sending love, you're releasing this dense energy and you're anchoring in light. That dense energy you're releasing does not come back. Now, what do most people want to do? As bad memories come up, they don't want to deal with them, so they repress them back. They're only going to come back up. So when those feelings start to come up and it's a memory, but you can't quite pinpoint it, you don't have to pinpoint it. All you have to say is, oh, I have this feeling, it's uncomfortable, and I remember this feeling back when I was like going through my divorce. It was really icky, it's coming up to the surface, and I don't want to remember this. Well, you can't repress it. Before, when you're going through that divorce, you repressed it because you had to be that tough one, because you had to take care of your kids, you had to take care of the finances, you had to take care of the lawyers and all that. You didn't have time to deal with your feelings. All that repressed energies lingering around is now coming up to the surface for release. So if you need a good cry, let it out. If you have some frustration or anger, let it out. Is it bad to feel angry? Is it bad to let out? No. You need to let that out. Just do it in the safest way possible. Don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt yourself. Sitting alone in a bedroom and beat up a pillow. Smash it. Write an email to yourself, not to that person, and let out all your anger. Let the anger out in any way that you can. Go for a jog and scream and shout. Hopefully people don't think you're crazy, but you know what I'm trying to say? Let the anger out in a way that you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anyone else, and you're trying to minimize what people are going to, like, you don't want to freak out people. People do not like angry people. So there's this, like, as you're moving up the vibrational scale, depression and sadness is the lowest. Then you're moving through, you're going to go through the anger stage. You need to go through the anger stage to get to the next level of frustration. After frustration, you're going to get into something more like hope. And you're going to keep moving up to get to joy and appreciation, all that high stuff. So what happens with us is we have someone depressed in the house. They start moving up to anger. No one likes an angry person. But if they knew they have an angry stage and then they're going to jump to frustration and move up, we can understand that. But we're like, oh my gosh, that person's so angry. You know what? We liked you better when you were depressed. So what happens? That person goes back into depression. And then they go from this cycle, depression to anger, and they don't get to release and go up further up. If we understood the healing process, if we understood that having emotions and releasing them, crying, frustration, all that stuff, it is part of our healing. So when you see your kid crying, doesn't that suck? but let them cry. I mean, obviously, we want to make sure why they're okay. But if it's an emotion that's healing, you know, what do they used to always tell us? Oh, stop crying, stop crying. No one liked you crying. So there's more repressed emotions. So a lot of us just cry in the shower. A lot of us cry when your kids are in bed. A lot of us cry when we're alone. But let those tears out. Let that frustration out. Let the anger out so you can really release it. And usually, I'll just give you a quick tip before we start. Like I'm talking a lot here. Is if something's bubbling up, you can simply just push away. Say, I no longer need this energy. I'm done with it. I appreciate it. I acknowledge it. But I'm letting it go and I'm allowing the love to flow back to me. And that's simply all it takes. And you'll all of a sudden feel this lightness. And if you're not still feeling lightness, ask God, the universe, Archangel Michael, the angels, whatever you want to call it, please help me with this situation. Allow this energy to transmute. I don't need it anymore. Once you ask, you will receive. And you deserve to ask. So ask for help. And if you're ever really stuck, I have no problems taking a quick call and helping you through something. If I can help someone's day get a little better, that just brings warmth to my heart. So feel free to send me a quick call and say, hey, Brenda, I need some help. Oh, I know the person who's never connected with me today might have a hard time, but a lot of my clients don't have any issues doing that. And I'm very thankful because I can just help them in 2 minutes clear their energy field. And they're like, oh, wow, you just helped me push that out. And they feel a lot better. All right. So here we go. We are in the mode of getting into that love. And when we do this, for those of you who might be new, is there's nothing you need to do. You're going to relax, whether you're laying down, you're sitting down, your eyes are open, your eyes are closed. There's no right or wrong. You're just going to relax and allow whatever's meant to happen to you today. It is completely safe. You are being worked on by beings of light that love you tremendously. And they know exactly what you need, and they're working with your higher self. Your soul is in charge. So whether you are here to release something at the physical level, emotional, mental, it doesn't matter. It could be all of them. It could be you have a physical pain, you're emotionally not well, and you're mentally unstable. That's okay. We go through those phases. So ask for a healing and whatever is best for you at this time. You don't have to articulate what's bothering you. As we get into it, I will do it guided. So I will, as I am talking, I will kind of guide and walk through, and sometimes I'll be quiet. So what I do want, hey, I have some sore ears. Okay, sore ears. What are sore ears you don't want to hear? Hopefully you want to hear me, but I'm just teasing. Maybe there's something in your life you don't want to hear, and it is, or a time when you were a child where you had sore ears. And those memories, like we don't want to hear our parents fighting, so we get earaches. We don't want to see, so we have bad eyes. We're so connected to our bodies and our emotions. So let's start to clear all that away and get into a beautiful place. I am reading the chats as we go. Can you do me a favor and listen to my music balance? So I'm just gonna put music is okay, and I'm going to start playing the music, and I want to know that you can hear me and the music. 1 second. There we go. And I will balance it to the best of my ability. Last call, I actually thought the music was too loud when I re-listened to it. So give me a second. Audio. Okay. And what I would like to, I'm going to keep talking with the music on. If the music's too loud, I think it is actually too loud, let me know and I will decrease the music sound. I don't want you to struggle hearing my voice. I want the music to be so soft in the background that if I don't talk, you can hear it. But if I'm talking, it's just faint in the background and you're not struggling to hear my voice. All right, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just actually finding the chat. This is sometimes challenging because my chat runs away. All right. It sounds good to some. Okay, so Lynn says it sounds good to me. I'm going to drink while anyone else. It's beautiful. So it's not too loud? Okay, that's good to know. I'm just drinking. This is actually throat coat tea. Actually, it's phenomenal stuff because I talk way too much, and it just kind of gonna calm my throat down so we can get into this healing. Okay, thank you, everyone. All right. All right, let's start. Okay. All right. So you're getting comfortable. You're going to either sit down with your back straight or you're going to lay down. You're going to keep your eyes open or your eyes closed. There is this beautiful wave of, would be better. A little lower would be better. Okay. It's interesting. I'm getting two things. Okay. Give me a second. I am going to lower the music just a tad. Just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm hoping it sounds okay now. I will monitor the chat. Okay. So as we are going into this beautiful place of healing, there is nothing that you need to do. But if you would like, allow, give permission, say, I am here and I'm ready to heal. In this new energy, you have the ability to ask for tremendous healing. It is new. We are so blessed. We are so excited to be on planet Earth. We came here knowing that we might go through this process. And anyone on this call, I'm sure of it, if you can handle the sound of my voice, you came here on a mission. You are a being of light with a mission to help humanity, to hold this light for others who just can't at this time. We're not better. We just went through our lessons quicker. It's like we graduated and other people are still graduating. And we're here to hold them and encourage them. Find that light, find your magnificence. Eventually, every single human being will come back to unity. But it is their own journey. We're not responsible for it, but we can definitely hold the light for them to guide them through it. So as this beautiful energy is starting to work on you, you're just going to allow it. I deserve it. And just allow this waves of light to just weave through your essence. Your higher self is completely in control. It knows exactly what you've been through. They understand how hard it is to be on planet Earth, and they honor us for the journeys we have taken. And I am so blessed to be on the other side, seeing it for the first time, being so happy and blessed that I made it, that I stuck it through, and that I can be here holding the light, allowing these beings of light to come through to each and one of us, to give us the comfort we need, the healing we need. And I'm just going to stay quiet for a minute as you just allow that love to penetrate you. This love is weaving through every cell of your body. Every cell is getting exactly what it needs today. Releasing old, stale, dense energy that's no longer needed and being replaced with love, healing, light. allowing deep breaths, allowing that energy to flow into any areas in your body that have tension. Imagine yourself completely healthy and strong and happy and inspired. That excitement. Waves of light are running up and down your body. Some people are going to feel tingling. Some people are going to feel emotional. I can feel someone's crying right now, and it's going to be okay. Just let that emotion flow. It's just stuck energy that needs to go. Just breathing through it and knowing that once that transmute, this beautiful light energy is here for you to replace it. Whether you're feeling anything or not feeling anything, you are being worked on just the same. Not to worry. There's beautiful healing happening, whether you feel it or not. You are included, you matter, you are loved, you are important. And as this energy is continuing to work on you, we are going to ask to make it available to everyone in your home, including your pets. And if you have pets, they're probably just passed out right now, basking in the love because they're so open and loving the healing energy. And as I always say, we can only make this energy available. We cannot force it, but it is being made available to everyone in your home. We're also now starting a clearing of your home, every room, all the furniture, any negative energies and worries and sadness and arguments. That dense energy is now dissipating, transmuting out of the home and being replaced with God's love and light. Your house will start to feel lighter and brighter and calmer, with more peace and harmony. And all this healing is going on at the same time. And now, if you have anyone that you may be concerned about, any worries, you don't have to list what they are. You can just say, I would like to have this energy made available to my Aunt Mary in Malta, to my mother in Tobago, whatever it is. You can say whatever it is that you feel in your heart. You can send it out with love, knowing that they will receive that energy. as this beautiful energy is just bathing us, we are now going to start creating this beautiful energy, a wave of light, so powerful and so strong, and it gets stronger every day. And we're going to ask that this beautiful energy start to flow into Mother Earth, weaving through the lands and the forests and the atmosphere and the waters. Just encompass all of humanity and all of life on planet Earth, wherever it's needed at this time, in the darkest places and in the lightest places. It is touching the hearts of so many of those we've never met, those we may never meet, but we're all connected because we are all one. And right now we have these beautiful whales and dolphins energy floating in. Their energy is now weaving. They are beautiful beings of light as well. And we're all connected as one. Our individual healings are continuing. We have a much grander healing happening on this planet at this time. You might be feeling lightheaded and dizzy and vibrating, and that's all okay. Just be with it and allow it. Anchoring in that light so deeply. Just exhaling anything you don't need anymore. Any emotions that are bubbling up, just acknowledge them. Say, I don't need you anymore. I am a magnificent being of light. I am love. I am compassion. I am deserving. I am worthy. There is so much love being created and so much healing happening. It's so exciting. I can feel it in every cell of my body. Wouldn't it be nice if you woke up tomorrow and all your aches and pains were gone, your worries were just melted away, and you had this peace in your heart, this knowing, believing and trusting that all is well, and that whatever is happening at this time in our lives is for our highest good. It's for our learning, our growth, our healing. And we can imagine Mother Earth in this beautiful bubble of white light. May we ask for healing. May we ask for wisdom. May we ask for patience and forgiveness and compassion. as we're sending out this beautiful healing energy to ourselves, to our friends, our families, to Mother Earth, we are now going to ask that this energy continues into the universe and the multiverse, sending the love back to the beings that are loving us so much, because we're all in this together. And if any old memories are surfacing, again, just acknowledge them. Say, oh, I'm done with these now. I'm ready to move forward. It is our intention to leave this dense energy, the energy of separation behind as we move into this beautiful new earth of ascension. We can't bring that old dark energy with us. So we're asking that whatever is possible to transmute today be transmuted. If we can go to a core of an issue, to the root of an issue, we're asking that to break. If there's a pattern of behavior we don't like, we don't know why it's there, we'll ask our beautiful souls to find the root cause and to release it. It is our intention to bring peace in our houses, peace in our hearts, peace through all of this beautiful earth and multi-universe. This power of love, this energy of love is the most powerful energy on this planet. And if you're going to be this light beacon that I know you are, you're going to shine your light so bright in any circumstance that you're in. You will have more patience with your coworkers, with your family, with your children, and with yourself. You will forgive others and forgive yourself. You will learn to love yourself for bringing back your confidence and joy, your health, emotional stability, psychological balance, and a beautiful melding of your mind, body, heart, soul. There's this beautiful alignment. You're so connected in alignment. Inspiration and love is flowing easily into your life. Your relationships are healing. You're connecting with new people that you can really connect with on a deep level. Sometimes they're shifting in our lives, but it is for the better. So watch your world, watch your life change for the better, and breathe and relax and know that is for your highest good. As you're getting into this state of peace, calmness, and love, know that this is a state you can be in any time you want. Remember the feeling and just call on it whenever you need it. And if you're loving the feeling at this time, you can anchor it into your body by tapping somewhere in your body, saying, I remember this. I want to remember this. And that tapping on any part of your body is going to anchor this feeling into your cellular memory. And anytime you repeat this tapping, it's going to bring you into this beautiful state of connection, of empowerment, of peace, of healing. This world is made of intentions. What will you intend? I intend happiness. My intention is that this world will be full of peace and compassion and understanding and patience. Where we can cooperate and work together in harmony, joy, and love. Where we know we are safe, we are blessed, we are being taken care of. When we are connected, when we are in alignment, when we are in this state of love and joy, this is where we are most powerful. This is where you can create a beautiful life for yourself. So you can make any special intentions at this time. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am healthy. I am understanding. I am forgiving. And you're going to anchor all those good thoughts really down to that deep part of your core, right to the cellular level. You're going to stay in awareness of these thoughts. You're going to say affirmations whenever you remember. Just stop in the middle of the day and say, I am healthy, I am strong, I am connected, I am magnificent. I am beautiful, I am kind. And so it is. And we're going to anchor some deep breaths as this comes to an end. Taking deep breaths. allowing yourself to just love and be loved. Now in just a few seconds, I'm going to use that singing bowl. For those who love the singing bowl, stay on the line. What the singing bowl does is it brings a beautiful sound energy, a vibration of healing, and it helps us process, bringing us back into clarity. It may not sound perfect as it comes through, but the intention is what it is, and it works just fine, as if you were in the office with me. Now remember to drink lots of water. This loving energy is going to be with you for the next few days. You can talk to your body, you can talk to your soul, you can talk to your higher self, talk to your guides. I continue this healing. I allow this healing. I'm ready to let go of the past and move into a new, beautiful future. And this healing energy that has embedded into Mother Earth will continue for days as well. You are a beautiful, magnificent being of light. Be that lighthouse for those who need that light to guide them. You are loved, and I thank you for joining me today. I'm going to bring out the bowl. Beautiful. Thank you all for joining. That was lovely. Those are always very powerful, and your presence is appreciated. And whether you're seeing this live or you're seeing it later, these beings of light know who will join this call in the future and now. So it's all happening now if you're watching this later. So allow this love to penetrate your heart so you can be that light being and hold the light for those around you and for this beautiful world. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And we'll see you again, I think, next week. I'll send out a notice. And if you want to join my mailing list to get on the notifications, just send me an email or go to my website, Brenda at sobrilliant.ca. Sorry, I can't think. And the website, sobrilliant.ca, there's a form there. I try not to send out emails too often, and I try not to send them to people who don't want them. So, all right, everyone. Good night. Sleep well, and look for the first coffee time with Brenda coming soon. All right. Good night.